We covered the work of Joseph Henry Pearce in episode 286. Today we'll review his first collection, the 1893 Drolls from Shadowland. The man who coined his blood into gold as a miner suffering from poverty discovers a hidden cavern in the mines, whose strange humpback occupant promises to give him a boon. As he bleeds, he may turn his blood into gold, only he does not seem to know when to stop. An unexpected journey has a man leaving a theatre ask a cab to take him home, but the cabman is very literal and does not care to mind such things as territorial boundaries or the laws of time. The man who could talk with the birds has a man ask a malicious wizard to teach him to talk to birds, and he does. And you know, when a wizard maliciously cackles to himself about getting payment in another way, you really should not, is my advice. The pursuit has a man looking for her, with a capital H, but must compose himself that maybe she will only come to him after he dies. A pleasant entertainment has a showman hassle two people at a carnival to make them watch his magic disc, which shows them how much better their lives could have been, the images haunting them even if they run from his tent. The man who desired to be a tree is the story of a man who wants to be just that, but he ends up enjoying being a tree and nothing bad happens to him. The man who had seen has a man annoy everyone with his vision of heaven, from the king to the archbishop to the community as a whole, so they kill him to shut him up. In The Unchristened Child, a man refuses to christen his child even when told that doing so will make him turn into an elemental after death without finding rest, and then the boy drowns and his father sees he is now a seal. He tries to fix everything, but The Man Who Met Hate concerns a man who so hates his rival in love being successful, so much so he goes into a dark cavern to turn stones at the altar to evoke the physical manifestation of hate itself, to try and curse him, but his wish never comes true, and he dies alone and mad. The haunted house is a bit of a nameless affair. There is an old house in the village which has some bizarre stories connected to it, and a young woman finds the place oddly romantic, and then when she dies she sees that she must go among the dead who inhabit the house. Gifts and Awards has two brothers, Rick and Dick, one being a beloved pillar of his community, and the other being a pessimist that no one likes. After death they go to the Doomsman's bar, and are being claimed for the white and black advocate respectively, but not as anyone would have thought while the two were still alive. In Friend or Foe, Sir Edward is smoking as he thinks of a woman who is in trouble due to his own doing, and how she must deal with her disgrace as she will. Then a strange man shows up and gives him a choice: go to his punishment at once, or do something to lessen it. This means he must live as a wretched cab horse, abused and living in disgust and dishonour until he dies. The Fields of Amaranth has a man set out for the Fields of Amaranth where all are promised rest after death, but turning back at the last second, not wanting to part with life. The Comedy of a Soul has a maiden convince her lover to give her his soul by breathing it into a magic ball, and then runs off with it, but he decides to live without his soul in the end. These stories do have the fatalism evident in his other book, but there aren't stories as harrowing as his tales of hell from the Masque. Still, there are some good grim tales and not much chaff.